Hi guys, James here from Mair Mansfield Co. We just thought we'd put together this small video to explain the recent government stimulus package that relates to small business. As a result of the coronavirus, we seem to be getting plenty of emails and phone calls in relation to this. So we thought the easiest thing to do would be to put a video together that explains the three stimulus items that the government are offering to small business, and I guess how they would affect most small businesses that we look after. The first item in the stimulus package was the increase in the instant asset write-off. Before the stimulus package, the asset write-off limit was $30,000, which means that if you purchased an asset, being motor vehicle, large plant and equipment, or anything like that, anything under the $30,000 limit, you would receive an instant deduction. That has been increased to $150,000. So any asset that you purchase that is below $150,000 that was purchased between March and the 30th of June this year, being 2020, you will receive an instant write-off of that asset in your 2020 tax return. The second item that we'd like to discuss is the cash flow boost that the government is offering to small businesses that employ. So if you are below a 50 million turnover and you employ employees and you withhold tax on those employees' wages, you will receive an amount up to $25,000 from the government. The way this is going to work is if you are a quarterly lodger of your business activity statements, once you lodge your March BAS, which is due by the 28th of April, they will give you 50% cash back on your PAYG withheld in that March BAS. That will also happen in the June quarter. The maximum that they will be providing you is $25,000. So once you lodge that BAS, the ATO obviously see your debt there. They then will apply the 50% credit to your account, and if you receive a refund after that, they will refund you that cash within 14 days. If you are a monthly lodger, so you lodge your business activity statements monthly, obviously we've already lodged the June and the January, and the February months. So what they'll be offering you is in the March month that you lodge, rather than receiving 50% of your PAYG as a credit, you will be receiving 150% of your PAYG for that month of March. The following months, or the subsequent months, being April, May and June, you will receive a credit of 50% of your PAYG withholding, up to the $25,000 limit. So where that can come into play with some of the small businesses, especially some of the mum and dad businesses that we look after, as you would know, some years that we would pay directors' fees or wages, which have no withholding tax, we would need to look at those situations a little bit closely and see whether we can reclassify some of those payments as wages to take advantage of this cash boost that the government is offering. So if that's a scenario that you guys are in, let us know by way of an email or a phone call or something, and definitely something that we can look into to maximise what benefit that you're going to get from the government in this tough time. The third incentive that's come out from the stimulus package is the 50% apprentice amount that they will be giving you back. So basically, if you had an apprentice that was registered with an approved apprentice board prior to the 1st of March 2020, the government will be subsidising 50% of that apprentice's wage for the period 1st of January 2020 to the 30th of September 2020, so a 9-month period. And again, there is a cap on that, and it is $21,000 per apprentice. So if you've got 3 apprentices, each apprentice you will receive $21,000 per apprentice if that's 50% of their wage. The difference with this one is that you actually have to apply. So it isn't something that comes along with the BAS or anything like that. There will be a form that will be needed to be filled out. That form will be available from the 2nd of April 2020. So if that fits your bill, then you will need to again get in contact with us. We can look at providing you with that form that needs to be filled out, because you will obviously have to put the details of the apprentice on there, which we may not know. But if you contact us and let us know, that is definitely something that we can help you out with. So basically, those are the three stimulus items that the government are offering that will assist small business through this tough time. Some other little pointers that we'd probably like to add in this scenario, as it's an unforeseen event, nobody knows what's going to happen. It's something that we need to, I guess, prepare for. So in saying that, I don't think anyone needs to panic. There's a few things that we need to think about and be smart about, but I don't think panic needs to happen just yet. Cash flow is going to be a really big issue. No one knows if we're going to go into lockdown or anything like that. So if that happens, we need to have a stockpile of cash to be able to help pay bills, rent, a lot of those sorts of things. So the things that I think we should be looking at doing is, making sure all your invoicing is up to date and that you're chasing your invoices hard now while things are still relatively normal. We want to try and get as much of that cash that's owed out there in our bank accounts. Another thing I think that we should be looking at doing is reviewing all of our expenses. So we want to cut any fat that's in the business. Any expenses at the moment that you don't need to be incurring, I would be trying to save. If we do those things, then we should be smart about, stockpiling a bit of cash. So if things do get a little bit tougher, then we've got some money in the bank that can get us through those periods. Some of the other things that we can look at doing is look at rostering and things like that in your business. So if there's an opportunity where some staff can take annual leave if we're in lockdown, that'll save you at a later stage, because then you won't have to pay out annual leave. These are all things that will be needed to be discussed and agreed upon with employees, but everyone needs to work together in these tough times for us to get through. Anything that we can be of assistance of, make sure you let us know. We'll be in the office at the moment. We will have some staff that will be working from home. But I think the most important thing in this time is to carry on as normal until things change. Don't go into panic mode yet. We need to make sure that things stay as normal as they can for the time being. And if things do change, then we tackle those problems as they come. We will be here to assist you. If you need anything, make sure you give us a call. Last of all, everyone stay safe, follow the guidelines from the government, look after your families, peers, staff, neighbours, and most of all, look after yourself. Thanks, guys.